You're listening to the How to Talk to Girls podcast, where you'll learn step-by-step how to meet and seduce beautiful women. Whether you're looking for one night of fun, a week-long fling, or a long-term relationship. I'm your host, Trip, and the episode starts now.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the How to Talk to Girls podcast. I'm your host, Trip Kramer from tripadvice.com. Welcome back to another episode. What we're going to be doing today, as we've been doing for a few of the past episodes, is we are going to be answering an email. So I get emails from you guys. You email me at trip@tripadvice.com. Some of you ask some really great questions, stuff that is really relevant and I know very helpful for you as you're continuing to date and meet women and learn how to talk to girls. And that's why you're here, because this podcast is called How to Talk to Girls. And that's what we're talking about. So I'm going to get into that question and we're going to dive deep into it. First, I'm going to give you some announcements. If you don't already know, my program is now available. That's right. And has been available for quite some time. And a lot of you have got it, but not everyone has it. And I know that because, well, a lot of people listen to the podcast and I don't see all of you in Trip's Corner. You're like, what's Trip's Corner? What program are you talking about? I'm going to explain it to you right now. But before I get into that, here's some information about it. Check this out.
Hey, it's Trip Kramer. How would you like to be the man that women are naturally drawn to and command the animalistic magnetism that makes women desperately compete to become your lover? It's not enough to attract her. You've got to get her hooked. And that's why I'm inviting you to learn how to create an amazing abundance in your dating life that will make your friends grab you and demand to know what you're doing differently. You'll learn how to turn a female friend into a lover, how to set up a first date that naturally leads to sex. You'll even learn to get your ex-girlfriend or wife back if that's what you want. This program, Hooked, will get you everything you need to enjoy the sex life and dating life you know you deserve. Go to getherhooked.com to learn how to get a woman completely addicted to you. 100% money back guaranteed. Getherhooked.com.
So yes, that is my program called Hooked at getherhooked.com. If you end up investing in that program and learning how to meet women and learning exactly what to say to them to get them attracted to you, then you're going to be offered to join Trip's Corner, which is a private Facebook group. Got about 1,000 guys in there. We talk in there every single day about stories and questions so you can get some personal attention and get some advice from guys in the group, me as well, and some of my admin, some of my staff. So check it out, getherhooked.com. For now, let's get into the episode. And here's the question from Anonymous from Caraway, UK. Trip, I wanted to drop you a line to say thanks for all your great words of advice. I'm a recently single 48-year-old chap from the UK who's trying to get back out there and meet women. Your advice is simple and actionable, and my confidence grows daily. I get most of your content from the podcast, which I love, and from the YouTube channel. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate your kind words. He says, I have a specific question. I hear a lot from you and others about this instant go up and talk rule. I've heard some of it called the 3-second rule, to make the approach before approach anxiety kicks in. That makes a lot of sense to me, but I often find myself debating whether a woman is by herself or not, or whether when I start talking to her, then her man will turn up and there'll be an awkward standoff. This seems to be a particular anxiety with me since I would not know how to deal with it. If you outline some strategies on how to deal with it, then I will feel more comfortable with that potential outcome and will stop using that as an excuse to put off approaching until I'm sure she is alone. Any advice on strategies? Great question. We're talking about approaching in those awkward situations, like she's with her mom or her friends, or maybe her boyfriend comes up and you're not really sure what's going on. I'm going to let you in on a little secret here, okay? Let's say you first of all, okay? Let's say you had a girlfriend and you're walking around and you guys are getting coffee somewhere, and then you decide to just, go off and go to the bathroom real quick. Well, you leave your girlfriend alone. And then all of a sudden you see a guy come up and approach. What would you do? I mean, really think about that for a second. What would you do? Would you go up and start beating him up? Would you start yelling at him, hey, get away from my girlfriend, what are you doing? Would you even assume it's a guy hitting on your girl? You would just think it's a guy talking to her. You wouldn't really know what was going on. In fact, you'd be a little bit startled, like what's happening right now? There's this guy talking to my girlfriend. So you'd probably go up and you'd say, hey, what's going on? And then you'd find out right away what's going on. And the guy would say something. And you'd be a little bit like, I don't know how to act in this situation. That's the thing. You're saying right now, I don't know how to act in this situation if I approach a girl and her boyfriend comes over. The guy is going through the same thing. You're just assuming all of a sudden, oh, because I go up to a girl who's pretty, her boyfriend's going to be super confident, super amazing. He's going to want to beat me up and things are going to be weird. And it's going to be this awkward standoff like I'm trying to steal his girl. No, most people are not used to that happening. So you both, you and that guy and the girl, you're all going to be in this like, wait, we don't know how to even deal with this. We don't know what to do. They're going to be more in the, let's say, beta position or the weaker position because you're the one who's going up and making something happen. They're going to assume that you're the confident one and you're assuming that they're the confident ones and that they know what's going on. So you see how this is all getting mixed up here? Don't just assume because you go up and you start talking to a girl and her mom comes over, her boyfriend comes over, her husband comes over, or someone comes over, a friend comes over, that all of a sudden they know how to deal with the situation and you're the awkward one who's just sitting there. Stop giving people too much credit, to be honest with you. I think we're all a little funny, a little awkward. We don't know how to deal with random situations and the chaos of life, right? So understand that. That's the first mindset, okay? And then when it happens, it's not a big deal. I'll give you money. Literally email me, trip@tripadvice.com, and I will send you money if you get into a situation where you go and you're talking to a girl and a guy immediately starts screaming in your face to get away. Now, listen, of course, if you're going up and you're being really aggressive and assertive with the girl, which I don't think you would be, then yeah, maybe something weird will happen. But if you're just going up and you're standing a normal distance away from the girl and you're having a conversation with her, there's going to be no reason for any too much of a standoff. So your worst case scenario where you think, oh my God, I'm going to go up to this girl, I'm going to start a conversation with her, and I don't know if she's alone, I don't know what's going to happen. Your worst case scenario, your worst nightmare will never come true. It will never come true. Now, if your worst nightmare is you're going to feel awkward, well, deal with it. You know, there's nothing I'm going to be able to tell any of you who listen that you're not going to feel awkward. In fact, you are going to feel awkward. You're going to feel awkward for a long time when you're approaching women. It's going to take you lots of approaches not to feel awkward. So if you're just like, well, that sucks, well then bye, leave. And this isn't for you. This game isn't for you. But let me tell you something. Just because you're feeling awkward doesn't mean that you're looking awkward. It doesn't mean that you look bad. All that stuff is in your head. Awkwardness is just a feeling and nothing else. It doesn't do anything. The only thing it can do is prevent you from going up. The worst part about awkwardness, really, in reality, the worst part about awkwardness is it's stopping you from actually taking action. That's the worst part about it. If it does that to you, awkwardness won, embarrassment won, fear won. These stupid emotions that just occur naturally in your brain and in your body, you're letting them win. That's the worst part about them. Not the feeling. Okay, so you have a feeling for a little bit. Okay, so the boyfriend comes over, and then what do you say? You say, oh, nice to meet you. What's going on? Oh, how do you guys know each other? Boom, you say that. And then she goes, twist of events. She goes, this is my brother. Oh my God, now it's not a big deal anymore, right? No, but whatever. That could happen. Or she says, oh, this is my boyfriend. Oh, cool, nice. Well, I came over to say hi, and it was nice to meet you both. It was great having a conversation with you. You guys have a great day. And then you leave, and then nothing happens. Or you just be brutally honest. You go, man, you're a lucky guy. I actually came over here to hit on your girlfriend, but apparently she's got a boyfriend, and that's all good. Don't worry about me. You know, make a joke of it, make light of it. And they're going to laugh about it, and it's going to be a funny, interesting story for them to tell later on, and no big deal. And you made everyone's day. The guy is going to be happy because people are hitting on his girlfriend. Little ego boost for him. She's going to be happy because she's getting a hit on. Ego boost for her. And then big deal. And now you're left in the same exact position you would have been if you never even went up and approached, right? But you gave it a shot, and now you're happy about it. So that's what I want to say to you, Caraway, is it really worth it to not make the approach, to feel a little embarrassment feeling or feeling a little anxious feeling or a little awkwardness feeling, to then maybe find out, okay, she has a boyfriend or her mom is there or whatever, she rejects you, it doesn't work out or yada, yada, yada. Is that going to be as bad as you going, well, I didn't even try? because you're making up scenarios in your head. And this is what we do as guys. I don't blame you. We do this. It's completely natural. You make up stories in your head. You make up all the stories in your head for it not to work out. And you're amazing at it. You should get paid at it. You're so good. You're so good at making up all of these stories and reasons to not approach. That is fight or flight response. Your body, your brain, your primal brain does not want you to get rejected. It will hurt you. Now, I don't mean that literally, right? I'm being facetious here. Of course, it's not going to really hurt you. It's not going to do anything to you, but your body and your primal brain doesn't know that. It's working on a computer that was made, tens of thousands of years ago that's just telling you not to approach, because if you get rejected, well, then you're screwed and you can't end up replicating, right? Having babies. And your body and brain, all it wants to do is have sex and replicate so badly. And now we have so many options. We can talk to so many girls. You didn't have that option tens of thousands of years ago. Your brain doesn't know that. We haven't caught up to that. But we can hack our way into that because we have consciousness and awareness. And we're smart people. And we're asking the right questions like you are, Mr. Anonymous from the UK. So now we can go, wait a minute. There's no rational reason for me to feel this way, but I do feel this way, but I'm not going to let it get in the way because nothing bad is actually going to happen. You know what you should be scared of? You know what the real fear a guy should have is not doing the approach, because that is the real way to not survive and replicate. Because you're definitely not going to be having sex. You're definitely not going to be mating. You're definitely not going to be spreading your seed or having children if you don't approach. So really, you should be scared not to. That's the new mindset here. This is the new frame I want to put you in. Let's spin things around a bit. You should be like, oh my God, I hope I don't not approach today. Excuse me for the double negative. Because that's the way you're not going to succeed here. So this is how you deal with it. The anxiety is going to be there. I got no special trick that's going to remove the anxiety fast. But at the end of the day, you need to go up and start making the conversation. And you're going to screw up. Just expect to screw up. In fact, be curious about it. Here's another way to look at things. Just be like, all right, this is going to be fun. How am I going to mess this up today? Right? You're not in a way where you're coming down on yourself, but in a way for fun. Like, okay, where am I going to make the mistake? And the beauty of it is you're a very smart person. You have a human brain. So you're going to do a lot of approaches despite the anxiety, despite all the emotions that you're afraid of feeling, embarrassment, fear, all that stuff. And you're going to do it, and you're going to keep doing it, and you're going to adapt very fast. Okay, you're going to be very smart. You're going to know what you screwed up on. You ended the conversation too early. You said something kind of weird. You ran out of things to say. You're going to know the problem. You're not going to be like, I don't know what I did wrong. You're going to know. You will know right away. You might not know how to fix it yet, but that's why you're listening to this podcast. That's why you get programs like my Hooked program, because there you learn how to do it correctly, and you rinse and repeat, and you trial and error, and you trial and error. And good for you that you have an immense amount of women to practice on. It's endless. Tens and thousands and hundreds of thousands and maybe even millions of women in your city. And I'm not even talking about online. I'm just talking about in person. So it's crazy that you have this opportunity. It's amazing. Please take it. Do it for yourself. Do yourself a favor. The holidays are coming up. Give yourself a gift. Go and approach. Sounds like a commercial. Do yourself the favor this holiday season. Go talk to that girl that you really like, despite the fear, the embarrassment, the anxiety, and the stories you make up in your head that are so good that she might have a boyfriend, that she might have a boyfriend who comes over and beats you up. It's not going to happen. You're going to be fine. All right? There you go. There's an episode for you. I really hope this one motivated you. I hope this one helped. It sure is going to help if you listen to it over and over. So listen to it again if you forget some of these really crucial things that I'm saying here. Don't forget to check out GetHerHooked.com, your place to get the program that will change your life. Put all this in a nice, easy, step-by-step approach. Sound good? I'll see you on the next episode.